What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wrestling Junkies podcast. I'm Eric, Mr. Cincinnati Robinson. I'm joined by Charlie Chapdass himself, the podcast dad, Chris Hoops. Choops, how are we doing today, buddy?
Let's talk some wrestling. It'll make me in a much better mood. Let's talk some wrestling.
So for those that are joining us, Choops spent a little bit of time in traffic today, and all I can think about right now is you seen the movie Malibu's Most Wanted?
I have not.
All right, well, Jamie Kennedy plays B-Rad from the Boo, right? And he's got this little rhyme he comes up with. Traffic, looking for my chapstick, feeling kind of car sick. There's a Ford Maverick. It's $1 million single right there.
See, I knew doing the podcast
I got a smile.
It'll make me feel better. But yeah, sitting in 40-minute drive home turned into a 2-hour drive home, which was just a blast. Learn how to drive, people. It's Friday. We all want to get home at the same time, but sometimes we got to be a little patient.
Yep, ain't that the truth? But hey, you ready to talk some wrestling, bud?
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, we got a great weekend. We've already covered NXT No Mercy, so go ahead and check that out in the archives. Hit that QR code in the top left corner for all our social media information. Today we're going to be talking AEW WrestleDream. We're getting slowly into the monthly pay-per-views in the land of the elite, and we're gonna have some fun with this, man. We got a 10-match card here, so without further ado, let's just get into it. As you know, we like to use Wikipedia's list of matches. So yeah, let's just yeah. Bottom to top, you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. First off, this was announced earlier this week. Ricky Starks taking on Wheeler Yuta in a singles match. Ricky Starks' stock, I should say, has
Stocks. That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, his stock's higher than ever. I mean, this is just going to be a straight up fight. Who you got in this one?
I think Ricky gets the win. I think he needs a win back. He's lost a couple matches to Danielson. I think he gets this win back over Wheeler Yuta, which it's fine. Wheeler hasn't done much of anything of note since pinning Kenny Omega a while back. That was like months and months and months ago. Kind of seems like that forgotten member of BCC. So I'd like to see a little bit more story with Wheeler Yuta, but I think Ricky gets a big win here on pay-per-view, kind of reestablish his name again, and maybe that leads to another Danielson match. Maybe that leads to him going for a title, whatever it may be. But yeah, I'll go Ricky Starks this one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go Starks as well. I mean, like I said, his stock's never been higher. I mean, he's poised to finish out the year strong, and I mean, he's certainly going to get some interest in 2024 when it comes to his contract. So I think that this is a perfect time to heat him up again. You bring up an interesting point about Yuta, and I want to kind of expound on that. Do you feel like Wheeler Yuta is getting lost in the shuffle overall when it comes to Blackpool Combat Club right now?
Yes, I would say so. Because Danielson is Danielson, Mox is Mox, Claudio is Claudio. They all have names, and then Wheeler's just kind of there. I think maybe like a tag team title run with Claudio might help reestablish him again. But I would need something of substance for Wheeler. I don't watch Ring of Honor, admittedly. You know what I'm trying to say.
Admittedly, it's all good.
Like, I don't know what he's doing down there. I know he had the Pure Championship for a minute, so maybe he goes back to Ring of Honor and does something. But yeah, he's a little lost to me right now, and I think that group is too good to have someone lost in it.
Yeah, and I mean, especially now, like coming off of biggest show in company history, there were certain names that did not get to appear on that card or at least have a meaningful role, and I think that this is an opportunity to kind of right the ship for both people. I think that Wheeler will look great in a loss for sure. But yeah, it does. I would agree that there needs to be something kind of to end the year that he can really sink his teeth into.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've seen Wheeler great in a loss before, so there's no reason he can't have another one.
Yeah, for sure. So both saying Starks?
Yes, I'll go Starks.
Cool. Love it. Next up, we've got a 4-way tag team match for a future AEW World Tag Team Championship match. Young Bucks taking on the Guns, Lucha Brothers, and Orange Cassidy and Hook. This is a pretty open field here. I really want to see the Guns walk away with the win here.
Okay. So do you remember Wednesday when we went over No Mercy?
Yeah, I do.
And I said I was the least excited for the 4-way tag match.
Sure.
This is why. Because this tag match is going to blow it out of the water.
Okay.
If you're sitting here comparing it, and I know it's apples and oranges at the moment, but if you compare this, I am way more excited for this because of the talent involved. I am going to go Lucha Brothers.
Okay.
because selfishly I just want to see FTR versus the Lucha Brothers.
That's fair. Yeah. No, I mean, I don't blame you, and I agree with you that I think that this match will probably be the better of the 4-way tag matches this weekend. I don't think that we should sleep on the No Mercy one. That's all I'm saying about it.
I'm gonna sleep on it.
Sorry, I knew the version of him that I was getting today, and yet here we are.
Ornery.
Ornery.
I think Rey Fenix winning the international title may have, thrown a monkey wrench into it. So maybe they don't get the win.
Yeah.
I could also see Orange Cassidy and Hook winning just because they've just created that team. I don't think you run it back with the Young Bucks as quickly.
No.
And again, this is assuming that FTR wins their match later in the night. I agree with you. I mean, selfishly, I just want to see the Lucha Brothers and FTR match, but I think the Guns probably make the most logical sense.
Yeah. I mean, they're hotter than ever right now. Everything that's going on with Bullet Club Gold, especially with this new revelation at the end of Dynamite where, Mystery Attacker takes out Jay White. Like, there's still a lot, within that, that group that they can do as far as the story. The Guns, I mean, they have improved significantly. Even, I mean, just 2023 alone has been a phenomenal year for them in a way that I certainly didn't anticipate. So, yeah, I mean, I say, give them a shot here. I mean, I wouldn't have no problem with the Guns running it back with FTR. Especially because, the wording as far as future world title opportunity or title shot since AEW, pal. I mean, this is something that could easily be on like Winter is Coming or, a Dynamite. I don't necessarily see this at like
Wednesday.
Full Gear. Yeah, exactly. So
they haven't really specified when it'll be. So, the Orange Cassidy Hook one interests me for sure, just because they did throw them together, and Orange Cassidy's coming off a big mid-card run where it looked like he was going to get ready to elevate into the main event scene, which he hasn't yet. I'm sure. I don't want to say I'm disappointed with how it's gone so far. I would like to see a little bit more substance with Orange Cassidy rather than just throw him into a team with Hook. I think they need to capitalize on that momentum. AEW, I think, has a hard time doing that with baby faces that are on fire, i.e. Wardlow. Where's he been? They had a moment with him, and they just kind of, that kind of went down the tube.
Yeah.
I think Orange Cassidy is more talented and has a higher ceiling than Wardlow. So this for me is a little bit of a step down compared to main eventing the last pay-per-view.
Yeah, I mean, and I can see that to a degree, but we also don't know the extent to how beat up Orange Cassidy actually is. So, if this is a way to get him on the card, multi-man match where he is not having to be the marathon man that he has been for most of 2023, I think that's perfectly fine here. I would agree that if they are going to do another Hook tag team, they really have to lean into it this time. I do think that this is an ideal partner for Orange Cassidy or for Hook. Getting the rub of one of the biggest stars in the company right now. Yes, Orange Cassidy is main eventing pay-per-views. Yes, he is on his way to, at least I believe, in 2024. I think that we're going to see him in world title contention for sure. I think that this is the right opportunity to develop a unit between the two of them, and who knows, you might be able to get a one-on-one match out of it, a la Hook and Jack Perry, like they did it all in. Hook in a heel turn 2024. I'm here for it.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. And like you said, Hook is now, this is his third partner, I think, with Jack Perry, obviously,
Danhausen. Yeah,
he's very, very good, but he's also very evil,
very handsome, very evil.
And we miss you.
That
so
new
much.
pack came out. Yeah,
we miss you so much, Danhausen. I can't wait till you're back on my television. But yeah, I want to see a little bit more substance with Orange Cassidy. I'm gonna wait and see. I'm gonna wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, because we know that he can talk. He did cut that fire promo a couple of weeks ago, so there's glimpses of it. I just don't think that you want to blow your wad all at once to get to that point. Let it kind of just
You
evolve.
would know more about that than me. Actually, I would. I have twins. Next match?
We can't edit this part out. Yeah. Chris
it's Friday, man. We're having some fun.
It is Friday. I like this. This is a fun dynamic we got. This is I like this. We got Chris Statlander taking on Julia Hart, TBS Championship. Statlander, easy. I do have to give props to Julia Hart. I think that over the last couple of months, it's just night and day. I think, like, yes, we've seen her as the valet for House of Black, but now it's like getting back in the ring, having Brody King as the heater. Like, that's just a nice contrast that you get, presentation of that character. And, with Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy kind of being away from the scene, it's a good way to elevate, Julia and give her time to shine while also, just kind of reminding everybody House of Black is still on TV.
And I think sometimes people forget how young Julia Hart is. She's 21. Like,
really?
She is 21 years old.
Okay. Oh, wow.
She debuted on AEW when she was 19.
Wow. Okay.
So she has so much ahead of her, and to be put in this position this early in your career is a testament to, how much work she's putting into it. This is going to be a fun match. I don't think Statlander's going to lose. I think she will retain. And I mean, is it fair to say, because I think it's a bit up for debate, that Statlander has been the best woman in AEW this year? It's up for debate for sure.
It is. I could see why you would make the argument for sure. But I also don't think that we should discount the greatness that is also Toni Storm.
I agree.
I know that she's still got the, kind of the wrapping up the Outcast story, which just flamed out, is what it is. It just didn't work. But I think that I would probably rank Toni Storm higher. But Chris, absolutely, I think it's a 1A, 1B, I think, as opposed to a 1 versus 2 for me.
I'd flip it. I think Statlander has put on better matches so far this year than Toni. I know Toni won the big title and is going through a very good character change, as we're seeing, but Statlander the last couple weeks is just putting on some banger matches with Jade, with Britt.
Yeah.
I think she's going to do well with Julia. Safe to say that she probably got the best match out of Jade's career.
Yes. Oh yeah.
On that
yeah. No, hands down. And like I think that there's also the fact that it's a much smaller sample size when it comes to Chris Statlander because she's coming back from the knee injury. Yeah. So I think that also merits the Toni over Chris. Mm-hmm. That's just me. But yeah, I mean, I don't see this being any different than anything that she's done, since she's returned and since she's held the championship. I think that this is this is the start of another just fantastic run. We've seen Jade hold it for almost a year. I don't see why Chris Statlander can't do the same thing unless Mercedes Moné comes in and, just says, hey, I got next.
Yeah, and she is, these two, I will say both of them, these two are the only women's match on the card. That says something that your women's world title is not on the card.
Get it together, Toni.
Rather, your TBS champion is on the card. So I think she, and this one might be a hot take as well, so don't yell at me.
Okay.
I think she has elevated the TBS title better than Jade.
I think that there's a very fair argument for that. And we've had a lot of the same criticism for Jade as far as she really has only had squash matches for that championship, mm-hmm. save for, I think there was a match with Chris, maybe a Thunder Rosa in there.
Yeah, she had one with Ty Conti.
Yes, but I mean, a handful that were just like, okay, this is like an actual program versus just squash for to get to the 50 or 60 or whatever it was.
Yeah, and that's not, and that's nothing against Jade. You can only do what you're booked, and that's why I think her move to WWE will be a lot better because I think they will know how to book someone of that stature a little bit better.
Yes,
we haven't seen AEW really take a huge potential star and kind of mold them into the next big thing, which I think WWE does a very good job of. But yes, I think Statlander has already elevated this title more because of the match quality that she's been putting on.
Okay. All right. That's fair. So, I mean, I think it's safe to say that she walks out with this. I mean, they're on to a good thing right now. And if we wanted to, we could even add, comeback wrestler of the year, I think would be a great argument.
I would definitely, I would throw her in there. I would throw the next guy on the card in there as well. But
Oh, yeah.
yes, I would throw her back in there and say, if it's not comeback, maybe most improved.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think she deserves some kind of recognition for coming back from another major knee injury and
Yeah.
performing so well, like how she's been doing.
Yeah.
I've had 2 major knee injuries that they're not easy to come back from, and I'm not doing anything at the level she's doing. So it's a real
Okay.
testament to
I
her
like it.
and her commitment. I can't say enough good things about Statlander. So.
Yeah, for sure. No, she's phenomenal. Man, I feel like I'm going to play Fight Forever later on tonight. I think that's probably going to happen. It's been a while since
still
I
haven't
fired
bought
it
it.
up.
I think
That's
Danhausen's
okay.
now on the game, so maybe I'll go buy it.
Yeah, the Very Handsome, Very Evil pack has just been released. Still waiting on everything else that I paid for, but, whatever.
Oh, we're going to get hate.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, we're going to get hate.
For
you just saying that.
Yeah.
Also, real quick before we move on,
Yeah.
We just want to throw it back out there, just so everybody knows. #Justice for Bryce.
Oh,
Is
where are
still
my manners?
It's
Good
still
Lord.
our number 1 goal of this podcast.
Yes, always.
Want to
always.
Throw that out
Always, yeah.
and that's nothing against you.
No,
We just
no.
We need to establish that we are a Bryce Cannon pod.
Yeah, it's
There's a big tag match tonight.
Yes, absolutely. Let's go, Frat Daddy. Don't touch the tip. Yeah, do work, and I mean, we'll. It sounds like we're probably going to be able to pull off this championship summit leading up to Turn the Page on October 13th. Date and time to be announced, but it's going to be rowdy, man.
We're just gonna, again, professional setting on this podcast.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah,
we do have a bit of a lean because he is our friend and he is our world champion. I will acknowledge Bryce.
Yes. Next up, we got Eddie Kingston taking on Katsuyori Shibata. Singles match for the Ring of Honor World title and the Strong Openweight Championship. Yeah, this is like...
I can't wait for it.
I am so happy for Eddie Kingston in 2023. It's just like finally winning his first world championship. He's a real G, moves in silence like lasagna, signed a new 4-year deal without anybody finding out until after it was done. I mean, this is another one of your company MVPs here. And I mean, the fact that he is now getting the recognition that he has deserved for all these years is just so awesome. I mean, it's going to be a fight. He ain't losing.
No, I don't think it's time to do that quite yet. He just won the title, so I don't think it's time to do that. I will say, as much as I love watching Eddie Kingston in the ring, again, I love watching Shibata. He is one of the better wrestlers in the world. Happy that he was able to come back from his injuries to perform at a high level. He's just going for it, which I love. He's just like, I don't, here are my injuries, don't care. I'm going. I think this will be a nice, hard-hitting match. Eddie Kingston is probably, on top of the world right now because he's getting to wrestle all this Japan talent that he's probably admired for years.
For sure.
But I would agree. I don't think he loses. It's interesting that because I want to say Shibata is the pure champion, correct?
I believe so.
So it's interesting that it's not one of his titles on the line. Yes. It's both of Eddie's on the line. With that, I will also go Eddie Kingston. I think they're going to want to build the Ring of Honor brand around him. And
they should.
Now's not the time to take it off of him.
Yeah, no way. I mean, and we've always said that, Ring of Honor needs something else to, incentivize us to pay for Honor Club to actually watch the show. And I don't know. I mean, depending on how this match goes, this could be a strong indicator of how they want to position him and what they see for him as far as the rest of 2023 for sure as a world champion and beyond.
Yeah. And Eddie kind of feels like an ROH guy. He kind of does.
Yeah,
go back and look at the old school ROH. Like he kind of feels like, oh yeah, that guy could be world champion of Ring of Honor.
Yeah, it's a very gritty,
kind of a throwback
for sure. No, I'm here for it. Yeah, so give me Eddie Kingston in this one.
Yep.
Next up, hide your moms, hide your dads. Christian Cage taking on Darby Allin in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the AEW TNT Championship. Are you okay over there?
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, Christian, probably one of the better runs of his career right now.
Oh yeah, this is just
and I don't think that's crazy to say.
not at all. Yeah, I mean it's he's finally gotten a chance to show that he is a singles star in a way that WWE has never positioned him, or even when they did do it, they didn't buy in for very long. So it's good for him. I don't see him losing this match yet. I mean, he's just such a. I don't even know to begin like how to describe Christian Cage like at this point right now in his career and this character that he's presenting.
A great heel. He is a great old school heel.
Yeah.
I mean, I will always remember the line at our Dynamite where, it's embarrassing, but not as embarrassing as the Bengals losing to Cleveland. So, although I think Cleveland might be good, but that's another discussion. Yes, I think Christian wins. I don't know what a TNT champion does for Darby Allin right now. I don't really see why he needs it. More of the story is Christian finally having it, and I think maybe they get to a Luchasaurus issue because he pinned Luchasaurus, so maybe that's the issue moving forward.
Eventually, Luchasaurus is going to knock Christian's dick in the dirt and take that title, and I like the idea of that story. It's because it has a lot of that same vibe of MJF and Wardlow as far as what that can do for someone like Luchasaurus. It's just the concern would be the follow up after, but it has very much that handler trying to break free sort of vibe.
Yeah, and I don't know what the ceiling would be for a Luchasaurus right now. Like, I think he's a good big man, but I don't think he's a main eventer. Not with that gimmick.
No.
I thought Jurassic Express was a lot of fun when they were a tag team. Do we do a heel version of that? Do we, do they get back together? I don't know. We still don't know the status of Jack Perry.
No.
But back to this match. I think Christian wins. Think it goes 3 falls?
I'm going to say yes. Just,
okay.
I don't know. It just seems like they would. I don't necessarily see Darby being squashed.
No, not squashed, but I could see
swept, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I could see, Christian doing something antagonizing where maybe Darby gets disqualified as one, and then, Christian cheats to get the second or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, fully expect Luchasaurus involvement. I think that he'll still remain pretty chill for now, but his Christian Cage's days are numbered with that championship the second he pinned Luchasaurus.
Yes, I would agree. He never technically won the title before, but yes, his days are numbered.
Yeah. Well, he also never won the King of the Ring either, and he will probably claim that he was the 2001 King of the Ring.
Well, he was. He was also, I think, a King of the Mountain, so you need to recognize. Ew.
Okay, whatever.
Jeff Jarrett, our savior.
Stop. Ew. Yeah. God. Okay.
We love Jeff Jarrett on this podcast. Yeah, some of us do.
I tolerate Jeff Jarrett on this podcast.
No, we love him. Love you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Retweet us.
Yeah, actually, I did meet him once at a house show in Cincinnati, just walking through the concession hallway there. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
My mom met him in the 80s, so.
Nice. Aubrey Edwards shoved Karen Jarrett to the floor on Dynamite this week.
Next match we have is the 6-man between Chris Jericho and the Golden Elite against the Don Callis family.
They are the Golden Lovers.
Whatever. You got me fired up.
You say that to them.
You got me fired up.
You say that to them.
So are they the Golden Ocho Lovers?
You should have just quit while you were ahead.
I was trying to think, how can I fit Judas in there? I can't.
Mission incomplete, dude.
Yeah, I didn't know how I was going to do that. But yes, Chris Jericho and the Golden Elite of Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi versus the Don Callis family, Konosuke Takeshita, Sammy Guevara, and Will Ospreay. This is going to be a banger.
It is. I think that the Golden Elite I did it myself. Damn it. Jericho and the Golden Lovers take this one because of the story of singles losses.
Yes.
Or has it been just that he's not won a match since the split? Because
like Jericho lost to Ospreay too in a singles match.
True.
Like Ibushi was in the tag match and lost, and then Kenny lost the singles match. So they're all coming in with losses. They're also all coming in hurt.
Yeah.
Kayfabe, pal. But
not everybody.
I think Jericho and the Golden Lovers probably have to get the win to continue this feud.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they have to have some skin in the game. I hate the idea of these three in particular suffering another loss on another pay-per-view, because now we do have to start to look at it from that context of this is no longer just a quarterly pay-per-view sort of thing right now. It's now, okay, you're only going to be seen as good as your last pay-per-view match. So at least that's just me.
But would it be crazy to see Sammy Guevara pin Jericho?
I wouldn't be mad at it. I love the idea of Sammy finally breaking away from Chris Jericho. And this is I mean, it's fine that he's in a group. I have no problem with this. I think the difference between the two is that Inner Circle, Jericho Appreciation Society, those were built basically around keeping Chris Jericho at the top. Now, with it being the Don Callis family, now it's like, okay, I want these guys to earn gold. I want individual success for these guys. I just want championships for them. So, yes, there is you got the Bond villain kind of lurking, petting the cat in the background, but Sammy's going to get a chance to sign here.
The scar on his head, man. That thing is crazy.
Like, that could not have worked out. Like, as terrible as that must have been in the moment, especially when she saw the actual split. Yeah. It's like,
God, it's working so well.
Yeah, right?
Do you think we see Danny Garcia? He's kind of been playing both sides.
Yeah.
Do you think he gets involved in this match? And, I could see him joining the Don Callis family.
I would agree with you. I think that would be awesome for sure. I don't...
Like you said, we have to go month to month now.
We do. I think that, he's just gotten that dance over that. Are you really ready to abandon that yet? Do you still want to get a little bit more out of that for you? But
they already killed it.
It's going to be hard.
They already killed it, and you know why.
For the two people that are watching the stream, you see how he talks to me?
They already killed it. Do you know? And you know why? Why? How did they kill it?
Look,
how did they? No. I want you to think about it. How did they kill the Danny Garcia dance already?
Oh yeah, because I guess it's like when the teacher comes out and does the thing, then it's just like,
yeah. When Tony Khan came out and did it, it was like, all right, this isn't cool anymore.
I take this. Okay, all right, say it. Yeah, all right, say less. You win that. You win that one. You win that one.
I always win. Don't.
You don't win. You don't get to just
I'm like 102-2 against you. Relax. Do you think we get? Because I think at Wrestle Kingdom we're probably going to get Omega and Ospreay 3.
Yeah, I could see that.
Do you think they have a ton of interaction in this match and maybe set something up for that, or do they kind of keep them separate for now?
You can tease it, I think. Mm-hmm. Just because, at this point it's October, so we've got 3 or 4 months basically until Wrestle Kingdom. It will be enough to just kind of let everyone know, hey, that's probably where the end game is going to be for this. And I'm sure that they will. They'll have to mention that this isn't a New Japan tribute show. So, like, I do think, I think they're just going to go. I think that will kick off that third chapter. I can't talk right now. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Who do you think wins? Final prediction.
I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna go Callis family.
I am too.
Too new of a unit.
I think they're going to go to Don Callis family because they're just going to keep digging that hole for Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
Or we're going to have to get like crazy Omega to come back and that's how they set up that Wrestle Kingdom match.
Yeah.
Can he finally get the big win?
Channel that inner cleaner. Yeah.
Yes, like bring back the cleaner. Oh, that'd be awesome. Be awesome.
Yeah, I like it. I like the way you think.
I know. 103 and 2. You got a couple.
That wasn't anything. That wasn't even about being right. I was giving you a
MJF
compliment. Wait,
defends
you're
the
keeping count
ROH
of the
World
compliments
Tag
now?
Team Champions on a 2-on-1 handicap match versus the Righteous. Your thoughts? Because I have mine.
I'm gonna let you start. I'm gonna let you start with this one.
Oh,
You
you're gonna let
have
me start?
thoughts.
Okay.
I am. Yeah.
All right. All right. Here it
Please
is. You ready?
enlighten me. Enlighten us.
Back-to-back pay-per-views. Why in the hell is MJF not defending the AEW World Champion?
I would agree here.
Why? He's been on both cards,
I don't know.
and you're defending
Yeah.
the B Show Tag Team Champions now in a handicap match.
Yeah.
Is this the best use of MJF right now? I'll let you think about it. The answer is no.
I mean, but you also have to think about the fact that there was a larger plan probably in place that was boo-fooed a week and a half ago. So they are having to react to that. But I think that if we're ultimately waiting for the payoff of MJF Adam Cole final match for the AEW World Championship, I think that I can wait because there is the larger story here. I mean, this is also something that was, excuse me, onions getting to me. We're getting. I mean, we're getting way longer out of this program than we initially thought that we would. I thought we would get like 2-3 weeks out of this and then on to it. But now that we've got this larger story, we're getting Roddy involved, the Kingdom, great use of all of these guys to kind of advance this story. We might be seeing some Bullet Club Gold involvement here. So there's a larger story at play. Do I think that your world champion should have a match on the show? Sure. But I think that because it is a part of a larger story, there will be a much larger payday and a much more satisfying conclusion than this. I'm fine with it.
Why couldn't you flip this in the main event of Grand Slam? It would have done the same thing for you. Why couldn't you have Samoa Joe versus MJF main event this?
Yeah, but now we're getting into existentialism as to whether Adam Cole would have broken his ankle that night.
And he wouldn't have. He would have been in a tag match. Like, it would have been a whole different thing. You know, again, you know, hindsight's 20/20, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like MJF and Adam Cole versus whoever, the main event Grand Slam, would have done just as fine as if you put MJF and Samoa Joe and tell that story on WrestleDream. Like, I just don't understand why you don't. You have MJF on the card. Why is he not defending the world title?
I get it, but if I could respond to that, I would say two things. One, the larger goal of this show is the tribute to Inoki. So good wrestling is good wrestling. But it is about paying tribute to New Japan. And while, yes, I think that world champions should be on a show, I'm not disagreeing with you. I could see that being kind of the broader scope with which how they want us to view this show. But then at the same time, when it comes to the Righteous and it comes to you and me still both going back and forth as to whether we watch Ring of Honor and Order of Honor Club and all that good stuff, here's a chance for a tag team that we don't necessarily get to watch every week. Get a little bit of the rub from being in a match with the world champion. This is a very low risk, but could be a high reward for Vincent and Dutch. So you can establish a new tag team in the process using arguably your company's biggest babyface. I never thought I'd say a sentence about Max Friedman.
I'm gonna keep going because you're getting me fired up.
Let's do it.
What's the name of the pay-per-view?
WrestleDream.
Nope. What's in front of WrestleDream?
AEW. True.
There you go. Have your world title on the show. Period.
I mean, it'll technically be on the show.
Don't you start.
It is the AEW World Championship going to be on the show? Yes or no?
So is MJF going to win this match?
Oh, That's a great question because
I know, because it's a
there are
lose-lose.
arguments. Yes, there are arguments on both sides. On one hand, MJF comes out an even larger babyface because he will have been down a man and retained the titles. On the flip side, this could be the dynamite kid with matches scenario we need to finally set up this story. I don't necessarily think that we get AEW, or I don't think we get Cole MJF at Full Gear. I would say,
I don't think we get it this year.
yeah,
With that
I
ankle
would
injury.
probably say Revolution. Oh God, yeah, that was gross.
I don't think we get it at all
Oh,
this year.
that's right. I completely, yeah. Sorry, you're right. Brain fart there. Apologies, everybody.
So this is how this happens. Either MJF wins and makes your championship contenders look weak as hell because they can't beat MJF 2-on-1, or you have your world champion lose to people that we've never heard of.
Yeah,
I think they've booked themselves into a corner. Just take the match off.
I can see that.
Have them relinquish the titles then.
A little late for that, pal.
Or the other way they can go is, does somebody come out and tag with MJF?
I can see Roddy doing it.
Or like a Kyle O'Reilly.
Don't you get me excited? Don't you do that? Don't no.
I want everybody to go back and watch this. I want everybody to go back and watch this and rewind when he's getting all hyped for Kyle O'Reilly. Then I got to go Bobby Fish. It looks like you had something extremely sour. Come on, man.
That's probably the most involuntary thing I've done on this show.
If that's how they book themselves out of this, if they give him a mystery partner, I'll be fine. But if this is not how it's going to go, this is not how you use MJF right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I just have to say, I agree with our friend here in the chats. I did this, draw that story out, is what he says. I agree. I think that we've got some time we've got the time to play with. There's more that you can do with Roddy in the Kingdom, potentially O'Reilly if you're going to get me all excited. Bobby Fish, hard pass. And we'll just see what happens. We have it. I mean, like I said, it's gonna be a while. That was. So I can't believe how bad that injury was.
The people
for
that love
just
this,
the jump.
Yeah, he crushed it. The people that love this long-term story, come with me on the same energy when it's the same thing for Cody Rhodes. Please. Thank you. Next. If you're going to let MJF Adam Cole finish the story, let Cody Rhodes finish the story.
Yo, all right. Fire take from the podcast then.
I'm getting fired up. Because all we hear online is WWE is dragging stuff out. WWE's dragging stuff out. AEW is finally telling a long-term story, which is good, and it's the best thing they've ever seen in their lives. When WWE does a great job at this stuff. I know everybody's tired of the bloodline. I get it. Have they gone a little long on the bloodline? Probably.
Yeah.
But you can't tell me it hasn't been a good story.
No, it's been phenomenal. Like, it's just...
All right, I didn't mean to get all WWE and get all fired up, but...
No, you're good. You should sit in traffic more often.
Ultimately, who wins?
Man. MJF. I just don't see him losing on pay-per-view, even if it is a handicap match. I mean, you can't beat... Yes, he's a tag team champion, but he's also your world champion. You can't pin him on pay-per-view. I just don't see him losing on pay-per-view.
And I think you can sacrifice the righteous.
Yeah, no, there's an irony in there somewhere.
It is. All right, next match. I'm getting... Oof.
No, you're good. We've got FTR taking on Aussie Open.
Love Bryce. Love it.
Yes.
Thank you for joining.
Justice for Bryce. FTR taking on Aussie. Kyle Fletcher, and Mark Davis. What's going on with me today?
You had one high noon. Relax.
No, it's been a long day, okay?
Trust me, I know. Been up since 4:30.
I was not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went out last night, so yeah.
I got a question for you.
I have an answer for you.
Because I'm all fired up. Why did Aussie Open lose to Sammy Guevara and Chris Jericho?
I don't know.
What was the point of that?
Jericho getting a Jericho, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. That kind of sticks in my craw. I don't love that. I
That
think
is
this will be a
probably
great
the
match.
that is the daddest thing that I think that I've ever heard you say.
I'm a dad.
I know, but still, like, I mean, that, like, like I've seen, like, that's yeah,
It's not.
that's pretty
It
dad.
probably won't. It's all right. It won't be the
That
daddest thing
is
you hear ever.
so
It's good.
dad that it probably goes home to play GoldenEye on lunch break,
Oh, I love GoldenEye.
right?
Love it.
You seem like you would play it on your lunch break.
On the old school Nintendo 64 too. I'm young enough to know what that is, folks. We're getting way off the tracks.
That's
FTR
okay.
Aussie Open.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah,
It's gonna be
no,
a great match.
it really is. I mean,
I mean,
I'm big on Aussie Open, and also do yourself a favor. I was actually trying to find this in Cincinnati like a week ago. You have to watch it once. It was on YouTube. Oh, it was New Japan's actual YouTube channel, so they probably don't keep stuff up for very long. But I caught a match from last year over in Japan, FTR Aussie Open, 44 minutes. It was a masterpiece. So
yes, I've seen that.
this is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah, that was a great match. These two are gonna. I mean, this has potential to be match of the night easily.
Oh yeah, easily. Yeah, for sure. I mean, they just have such amazing chemistry that I'm ready for it, dude. I'm ready for it. I don't want to have to choose between them.
You're going to. Who wins? Come on.
I'm gonna say FTR. They're the best tag team in the company right now. Like they're just it's tough to choose. It really
that
is.
might get you some heat. You better watch that.
Okay. All right.
There's two EVPs that might have to argue.
I love the Young Bucks though. Okay, I mean, you know that I love the Bucks. That's not Matt, Nick. I'm sorry. Hey, I've got their book. It's autographed. Like I am a fan. Like I can prove it.
Okay. You just said that FTR was the best tag team. I think Aussie Open wins. I don't think a loss is going to hurt FTR. They're one of the greatest tag teams ever. But I think Aussie Open getting the win here kind of like FTR just kind of seems almost in neutral right now with their feuds. Like the Young Bucks one was okay.
Yeah.
But I think Aussie Open could have a great run with these titles and then take them international and kind of defend them over there. So I would say Aussie Open because more of the shock value than anything. Like because you could get another 2 matches out of these two teams and they'd probably be fantastic.
Yeah, put him. I could see that. Put him in chase mode, and as you were, to that point, I was trying to go through my mind. Is there really any established tag team in AEW that FTR has not already previously run through?
I mean, Cole and MJF.
Okay,
it's the only one.
But
I don't think of.
Yeah, because and even then, I don't necessarily see
the Acclaim?
These two stories coming together.
I don't.
I think wasn't that when that wasn't their tag team title win, was it? Their first one?
I don't remember. I don't remember. What I would like to see is if Aussie Open does win, let's flip FTR. Let's get them heel.
Yeah.
Let's get them heel.
Yeah,
I think we haven't had a good heel run
for sure.
In AEW for FTR yet. Let's get them heel.
That's fine. Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great for sure.
Because we can all appreciate what they do, but man, those two are really, really good heels.
Yeah, they really are. Oh man, WWE.
Speaking of good heels, you like that transition?
I did.
You want to hear something else that is really dead? Hangman Page versus Swerve Strickland. I really like the cut of this guy's jib. The Swerve Strickland fella. This will be the biggest win of Swerve's career.
Yeah.
I think he will win. I think it's in Seattle. They're kind of positioning him to be that hometown, he has the catchphrase. He's back home. I think this is a huge test for Swerve. And I think he wins. And man, if Adam Cole is out for an extended period of time and they're going to keep MJF face, I think Swerve would be a fantastic heel to go against MJF.
Oh, you got me really excited for that. There is not a single lie detected in anything that you just said. I think that the two best heels in AEW right now are Swerve Strickland and Christian Cage. But like just from an overall that are in ring, because Callis also is in that conversation.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah. But I think major moment for Swerve. I don't see how he loses in Seattle. This ain't WWE. So,
And this may be a hot take, and I think I've had a couple of those already.
I've had one today.
Oh, man, and I like him.
Mm-hmm.
Hangman doesn't do much for me, and maybe it's his run over the last couple of years since his world title win. But like he's kind of another guy that just kind of and a lot more than FTR that kind of just feels like he's stuck in neutral. And part of that is, he was injured against Mox.
Mm-hmm.
And then he cut the promo on Wednesday talking about the black cloud and the rain.
Yeah.
We all know who that was. We all know what that was referenced to.
Yeah.
And now that Punk is gone, do we get more of a spotlight on Adam Page? Maybe.
I mean, I think I would say now. I think that this. I mean, that we call this a make or break moment for Swerve, which it is, but also this could be the jump start for Hangman Page again. I mean, yes, now that Punk is gone, like look at that. They got the closing segment on Dynamite. Swerve is putting a pen in his hand. Like, when's the last time that you've seen anything that wild?
Yeah.
Like, as far as the Adam Page has been in, and makes you think, oh man, I really want to see this match. So Swerve is, I think this is the right opponent at the right time for Hangman Page, because Swerve can go. He's great on the mic. Like he's just evil, and that's kind of what Hangman Page needs right now. And yes, he can still be the rah-rah babyface, but he needs a little edge. So I don't think that this is the last time that these two are going to be in the ring. Like I think you can get a lot. There's a lot more meat on this bone. Eventually, you can do a Texas Death Match, lights out, barbed wire death match if you really wanted to at some point, just to be really, really wild about it. But I might find a way to do.
Yeah, I do think Swerve wins, and if this is going to be a trilogy, I think you get Swerve that win first. Let Hangman win the second, and then maybe have Swerve win the final. But yeah, I think this will be a really good match. I am, chips on the table, all in for Swerve. I think he is going to have. I think I've said it earlier on one of our podcasts. Like, I think he is poised to have such a big year, and as we're winding down, there's a chance that this guy's the co-main event of the show, and that would be a huge spot for him. And man, I think the sky's the limit with this guy.
Really I mean, and you have to think the massive crossover appeal too.
Yeah.
I mean, the attention he's getting, on the freshman list from Vibe, like it's like he's legit. I mean,
he'll have a really good entrance for this show. Being back,
I think, that'll be wild. I think Tony will just do whatever he wants. Yeah, I love that.
Another Seattle boy in the main event. Well, I guess.
Yeah.
Aberdeen. Where's Seattle? Washington? Another Washington guy.
Yes. Yeah. Home state, Bryan Danielson taking on the holder of the ugliest belt in all of pro wrestling, Zack Sabre Jr. It is.
You have the ugliest belt.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, God. He's got to go get his belt, guys. That's the ugliest belt I've ever seen.
This?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Who puts orange on a belt?
Isn't the New Japan television title orange or something? Ugly,
looks better than that.
You shut your filthy mouth.
All right, break this match down. Break this match down, Mr. Cincinnati. Did you see the inside of that belt too, guys? That was ugly.
We've been having a nice time. Dylan, what up? Good to see you in the chats. It's all good. It's all good. We're a little bit of a
I know I should have said something. I know.
Yeah, and
that's on me. That's on me.
Yeah, here you are. It is what it is. Dude, this is just a technical work of art that we're going to see. I mean, this is just going to be a lot of limb manipulation, solid strikes. stiff as a board. I mean, yeah, this is gonna be great. I mean, so this match sells me on this pay-per-view, and now, I mean, Swerve, Hangman, like these are the two matches I'm like most hyped to see now. Everything else is gonna be great, but like because this is so like it's just I'm ready. Technical masterpiece.
This is going to be for the hardcore wrestling fans for sure.
Yes.
That this match. This is not going to be for I think the casuals. Like my wife. She probably wouldn't enjoy this match.
I will be her bathroom break.
However, like this is a dream match. The Wrestling Junkies, Last Week in Wrestling, name another podcast, would love.
No Bones, yeah.
Is going to love to see this match.
Yes.
This is something we've wanted to see since they teased it last year at Forbidden Door. I'm excited for this. It will be a technical masterpiece. I don't know who wins. I think you could go either way.
Yeah.
I don't know if it matters.
Yeah, I was going to say, this might be controversial, but I really don't want to pick a winner for this match. I really don't.
If I had to pick a winner, I'd probably say Danielson because they're in Seattle. And he's going to be with the company long term, whereas Zack Sabre will go back to New Japan. But yeah, I don't think it matters. I think we're in for a great wrestling match. This is kind of that retirement tour for Danielson, so I think he'll get.
Dude, it's weird. It's just God, it's so weird. We're talking a Brian Danielson retirement tour.
Well, I think from full-time competition, I still think he will come to his one-offs.
Actually, I did see this on X today. I think it was WrestleOps that tweeted this. Picked up a quote from an interview that he did as far as what his idea of post-retirement life might look like, and it might be just calling indie promotions and being like, "Hey, do you got anybody you want me to work for a night?" And he'll just do it in like a full bodysuit and mask, and that way it's just like you just don't know who it is under the mask, and it could be Brian Danielson. Like,
but I could also see AEW going, "Hey, it's all out. We're running a stadium.
Yeah.
Can you be on the card?" Kind of that part-time role, that Brock Lesnar role almost. Hey, we need to pop a big number. Can you wrestle tonight or something like that?
I have a very, very bold prediction as well. And I've been because especially since we were talking about what I told you today about Collision should basically just be called the Bryan Danielson show. Like that should be his baby. I definitely think that, at least I'm going to make the bold prediction, by 2025, I do think that Bryan Danielson will be an EVP in AEW. Why not?
Okay.
I mean, he's literally never had another job in his life. Like there's no other person that you would want to take care of more than Bryan Danielson. I mean, he's certainly, he's just been a revelation for AEW. I don't see why.
No, and
you guys should we're just throwing it out there. Suggestion.
And I don't know what all that entails. Does he want that? I don't know.
True.
I think I think he'd be great as kind of that writer of the show, maybe the booker of the show, whatever it may be. It's going to be whatever he wants, and whatever gets him to spend time with his family, because he seems to be a very family-oriented man, which I can respect. So it's going to be whatever he wants. EVP, sure. I don't know what that entails as an EVP. I'm not disagreeing with your take. I'm just ignorant to the subject, where I don't know what all that entails. But I could definitely see him in that backstage role moving forward. Like, he's not going away. He's going to be part of AEW for the rest of his life.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to at this point.
No.
Yeah, it's
nope.
Yeah,
I'm excited for this card. I think we went over it Wednesday with Bryce. Just what card are you excited for the most? It's this one. I think this one's stacked. I think there's so many matches.
It's a very well-rounded card. Yeah,
and it's good for two different reasons, right? Like, I think WrestleDream is going to be a great wrestling pay-per-view, and I think WWE or NXT No Mercy is going to be a great, storytelling and what's the word I'm looking? Sports entertainment, pal.
Yeah,
and, a good sports entertainment show. Which,
that's fair,
folks. It's okay to like both, because I do. I really do, and I'm going to enjoy both shows, and I'm excited.
Yeah. Outside of, because you were very clear about it, with the MJF, if there should be a world title match on the card,
100%.
what other improvements to this very, very stacked card would you make if there's anything that you feel like, yeah, this would just take it up a notch?
That's a good question. I didn't expect you to ask that. Kind of caught
Got
me
it.
off guard. Yeah, you did. Maybe a Samoa Joe match.
Okay.
Maybe getting the Acclaimed on the card. Getting your trios title
Yeah.
on the card. Duh. Having another women's match.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the big one, guys. Why can't Athena be on this card?
Right. She's killing it. I love her and Billy Starks together.
She's killing it, but nobody's seeing it.
Yeah.
That's
another
what's the frustrating part.
That's another check and a con for Honor Club.
Yeah. So I would say that. Add another women's match. They're take Wheeler and Ricky off. You can have that on Collision. Put another women's match on. So that would be the big improvement. That and MJF should probably get a world title match.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely could have run it back with Joe.
I don't know. Again, I think you could easily have flipped that tag match to be on, what is it? What Grand Slam? I'm trying to think of Arthur Ashe for some reason, and then put Samoa Joe on this card. I think you could have done the same match. You could have done the same finish. It would have been fine, but it would have been on a bigger stage.
Yeah,
it's weird that, and it's definitely an interesting strategy from AEW, and we will continue to see of that moving forward. But like for the first half of AEW's existence, it was the world title is in the main event no matter what. And we're getting away from that a little bit more. And it's not because your champion's part-time. It's because he's involved in a different storyline. But again, it's for a secondary tag team champion. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I got
we'll
you.
See. Again, we'll see where it goes. I like wrestling, so I'm going to enjoy it. I'm not going to try to think about it too much. Not let it cloud my judgment.
Yeah, it's all good. Want to know the best part?
What's up?
We get to watch it together.
We do.
It's fun. Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
I get to flush that title down the toilet.
I might fire that bad boy up, though.
Can you put your title on it?
All right, that was like, you're going to knock my belt and my smoker all in the same sentence?
No, I like your smoker.
Really? You're gonna make me. You know what? Okay. All right. Well, you just lost out on a smoked brisket butt. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm not doing that this weekend. There's no way. There's absolutely no way.
Maybe some fried Oreos would be all right.
Oh yeah. Smoked bacon wrapped Oreos. Yeah.
God, good luck diet.
It's one day. All right. I'll get carrots or something. How about that?
You're gonna smoke some carrots for me? That actually might be good.
I could.
Yeah.
Dude. Maybe a
Are
smoke.
we gonna do the Wrestling Junkies cooking show? No. Overall, final thoughts on the card?
Yeah. I mean,
what improvements would you make? You ask me, I'm gonna ask you.
Yeah, of course. Another women's match for sure.
Is there anybody not on this card that you're like, man, I wish they were on the card? Besides Moxley, because he's hurt.
Yeah.
I stumped him.
No, that's a good. I mean, that's a great question. Maybe IWGP World Title match.
Okay.
That would be,
for that New Japan tie-in kind of thing.
Yeah, since that is the purpose of the show. I mean, I think that would be great. Or I think that would be the biggest thing.
Problem is they're running this kind of the same time New Japan's running a big show.
True, but I mean,
maybe in the future they plan it out a little bit better.
Yeah, but also, how hard is it to get that NFL money to jet to Seattle and back? I mean, they're basically flying across the Pacific, so
yeah, it's not my money. Go spend it.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. I mean, we've seen things that Tony Khan has paid for, and Not all of them are great, but
That's fair. That's fair.
So anyway, let's take it home, man. This has been a great show. Pleasure to talk to you as always. It's always good to see you. Thank you guys for joining us. Remember to hit that QR code in the top left corner. Like, share, subscribe. Justice for Bryce. For the podcast dad himself, I am Mr. Cincinnati. This has been the Wrestling Junkies podcast, and we will talk to you guys soon.